good morning and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 377, I think, and we're here live in Southwest Florida, waiting on the sun to rise over the buildings and the trees in the east. And this is the beautiful Gulf of Mexico behind me. If you're joining me live, please say hello. Let me know what you're crafting this morning. This is a little bit high. Let's see if we can pull it down just a smidge. See if that's better. As you can see, the sun's already reaching the clouds on the horizon. So pretty, and just waiting on the sun to make it to the beach over the trees. If you're joining me live, please say hello. Little Birdie has told me we have lots of new people this week. So welcome to everybody who is new to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. If you feel like saying hello, we would all love to say hello back to you. If you want to let us know or let me know how you found out about the podcast, that would be great. And as always, if you have any questions, please feel welcome to let me know. Hi Glory and Chris and Melissa and Christy. Thanks for joining live. Hi Chantel. Hi Sharon. Hi Jean. Hi Lisa. Thanks for joining live, everybody. Hi Teresa B and Brenda and Nancy. Nancy just ordered layers crochet last night. Wonderful. Hi Christine and Grace and Anne. Lots of familiar faces here this morning too. That's great. So I took the chance of not doing my hair this morning. I left it wet from the shower and thought, oh, it'll dry on the way to the beach in my bike, and it must be getting really humid out here because my hair, as fine as it is, did not dry in the 20-minute bike ride from my house to the beach. I'm amazed that my hair is still wet. So anyway, that's why my hair is wet this morning. It's not raining. It's just a little chance I took on skipping a step this morning and being a little lazy. Hi Dee, hi Nancy, thanks for joining live. So some of you have asked if this is the Mary shawl. Yes it is. I forgot to bring the book that it's from. Anyway, this is the Mary shawl from Motif Magic, my book that has 17 knit and crochet beautiful shawls in it. And as you can see, I'm wearing it as a shrug this morning. So it's a triangular shawl that I've tied in the back. And I'm going to demonstrate how I did that real quick in case it doesn't make sense. So that you can see that it really is a triangle to start with. Something's loud. Okay, so here's the shawl. And I wore gray for underneath it so it would contrast really well. And you could see the beautiful stitch work of the motifs. This is colorway Calypso Lime in my yarn Be So Fine. It's 100% bamboo and #1 fingering weight yarn. It has two motifs. There's the square motif that's joined on the diagonal, and then there's a triangle version of the same motif that's worked along the top edge to make the edge nice and straight. So it's a very generous size triangular shawl, which can be worn lots of different ways. But one of the ways that is surprising that you can do with this is you can wear it over your shoulders like a shawl, but then take the two end pieces and wrap them behind your back and tie it in a little knot. And so if you have somewhere to go this summer, a wedding or some sort of occasion where you want to cover your arms and you're wearing a sleeveless dress of some kind, it's a great way to cover your arms and your shoulders and still see all of the dress. Love wearing shawls this way. I've been wearing them this way for years. You could either tie them in a knot like that, or you could use a clip, like my little butterfly clips. Those work really well for securing a shawl back there too. Thanks, Lisa. So I forgot to bring a copy of Motif Magic with me this morning, but you can buy the book that this shawl is in on my website. You can get it autographed, or you can buy it on Amazon Prime in every Amazon market all over the world. But it was also excerpted and featured in Crochet World magazine this month. This is the April issue, which is on newsstands now. And inside the magazine you can find, let's see, where is the shawl pattern? Let's find it. Not only can you find the pattern in there, but you can also find a 2-page interview that they did of me. Where is it? All right, I gotta stop brushing. As soon as I stop brushing, I'll find. Okay, so here's the 2-page interview of me. That starts on page 52. And then here's where they are I allowed them to share this pattern excerpted from the book in their magazine, and they rephotographed it on a model. So pretty. I shared photos of this last night too. So you can find this anywhere that Crochet World magazine is sold. It's available on their website. It's available at Walmart, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, all craft stores, and a lot of the big box stores too. Did I say Walmart? I can't remember. If you find it on the newsstand somewhere, take a picture of it and send it to me. And even more so, take a picture of you with the magazine and send it to me. And if you already have a copy of the magazine, please send me a photo of your copy. I would love to see them. It would be so fun to see where the magazine is live in the world. That would be super fun. Good morning, Jill. Hi, Naomi. Thanks for joining live. Yay, the sun's coming. Hi, Carmen. Yes, Jane. Yeah, so there's been another sighting of displaced and distressed alligators in the Gulf of Mexico this week, which is sad because they are freshwater creatures. They don't belong here in the Gulf. So if they're being found here, it's because they've been displaced and they're scared and probably not doing very well. So if I see one here in the morning, it could be pretty dangerous for me. So I posted the news article on Facebook yesterday, and somebody just mentioned here that they're on the lookout. So I appreciate it. Yeah, keep your eyes peeled for any alligator eyes popping out. Yes, Jill, there's been alligator sightings in the Gulf and at the beach this week. So last year, there was a sighting 10 minutes before the podcast, and any of you that were here that day remember how sketchy I was. I could barely look at the camera and not be looking over my shoulder. Thank you, Nancy. Hi, Cherie. Oh, so little birdie told me yesterday that I've been mispronouncing Cherie's name incorrectly for, oh gosh, I don't know, a year longer. So Cherie, I know your name is pronounced that way now. So anybody else who has been mispronouncing her name because of me, I apologize. And I apologize to Cherie too. Anyway, hi Lydia. Thanks for joining live. So some of you may have seen that I posted a new video last night, a new 15 Moments with Kristin video. And just so you know, they are not meant to be serious. They're meant to be really silly. I just turn the camera on during a few of my tasks that I do during the day. And even though they're quite boring, once they're sped up, I think that they're a little bit entertaining. And it is kind of funny to see how many varied things I do throughout the day. So that's the only reason I do it, just to be funny. Joe liked it. Thank you. Jane saw an alligator on Airport Road in Naples. Oh gosh, I see alligators everywhere. In fact, I've got a funny story to tell you. Laura loves my crochet hooks, the Be So Sweet crochet hooks. That's wonderful. I'm so glad. Me too. I have one with me this morning. I am working on my baby Afghan, and I'm using size 4mm. Love it. I guess I could work on this while we're talking. What was I going to say? Oh, so anyway, alligators are so common down here, and if you're not used to living in this kind of an environment, it can be rather shocking. And there is an alligator that I see every single day, and he is in this little pond between the post office and the Marshall's parking lot. And what I find so hilarious about it is that we're not talking on the outskirts of town. I live in town. I live very close to the beach, totally in town, in the congested part of town. Woo, water's getting close. And there is an alligator that I pass by between the post office and the Marshall's parking lot every day. Is that wild or what? I just, one of these days I'm going to stop and take a picture of him. I think he is just so funny and such a strange place to see an alligator every day. Oh, thanks, Brenda. Yes, I try to do as many things at the same time as I can. Yeah, so usually if I'm doing one thing with one hand, like winding yarn, I'm doing something different with the other hand. Whether it's trying to reply to comments here on my YouTube channel, or reply to emails, or signing packing slips or signing books, I try to do two things at the same time. Got two hands, why not? So I could show you my progress on the Afghan. It's getting there. Good morning, Maria. Thank you, Joe. I am so in love with the Afghan. I know several people have said they want to make this into a throw or an adult size Afghan, and I couldn't agree more. I would love to have something this bright and colorful on my couch or my bed too. I totally agree. So when I write the pattern, I will make all of the conversions to show you how much yarn and how many repeats to do for multiple sizes. I think it's absolutely a good idea. And without your feedback, I wouldn't have known. So thank you to all of you who mentioned that they would like to make it in other sizes. It's so pretty, and it's so easy once you get the hang of it. I am definitely going to get wet here if I don't move. The tide is definitely coming in, so hold on a second. Let's move it up. I do not want to go home with wet jeans. You know how I feel about wet jeans. Probably the same way most everybody else feels about wet jeans. All right, I didn't move that far out, but maybe I moved enough. We're not going to be here that much longer. Okay, so back to the yarn and the Afghan and my hook, did I lose something? There's the hook. There we go. Oh, Beatrice, did I get soaked in the rain yesterday? No, I actually made it home without getting rained on. I thought it was so strange. It actually never did get past the sprinkling. Thank you, Lisa. I am in love with the colors of this blanket too. Absolutely in love with it. Got lots of ideas for the baby patterns. Lots of them are done now too. So shortly after Layers Crochet and Layers Knit are done, I'll be releasing the baby patterns. So that should be the next few weeks. Very exciting stuff. I haven't been keeping my bag very neat and tidy, and I'm paying for it now with my yarns getting mixed up. There we go. A little patience goes a long way in untangling stuff. What's the yellow thing in the water? Looks like it's some sort of buoy. I'm gonna have to move the camera. It's making me look right into the sun. Lydia wants to make this shawl. I think that's a great idea. It is not difficult to make. You can find a playlist of videos for it here on my YouTube channel. You can download the pattern. You can download a PDF of the pattern individually. You can order it as an ebook or a paperback book in Motif Magic on my website or Amazon, or you can pick up a copy of Crochet World magazine to get the pattern in there. So there's lots of different ways to get the pattern, and if you have any questions or problems finding it, let me know. We're not going to make it through this high tide. Oh, and I'm stuck in the shawl now. I'm pulling on the wrong piece. That's not good. But it looks like we've got to move the blanket too. That wave came pretty darn close. All right, let's move again. I'll tell you, this tripod is acting ridiculous again. All right, maybe this will work. There. Hi, Joanne. Thanks for joining live. All right, so back to the shawl, the Mary shawl. So you do one motif, but I show you how to do it in a triangle. Can you see that this one is a triangle here? So this is a triangle version of this square motif here. You know, this would also be gorgeous in multiple colors. Imagine doing this in one color and this in another color, and then the mesh joining around in another color. Wouldn't that be beautiful? I would love to see this in multiple colors. I would really love that. Yeah, maybe 3 colors I think would be gorgeous. Or you could just alternate color A, color B, and color A again. That would be pretty too, but 3 colors. Or if you went more than 3 colors and mixed and matched the motifs, like did 5 or 6 colors, that would be gorgeous too. So many different ways to make this beautiful. It's beautiful as it is too, don't get me wrong. But I do love mixing colors together too. So pretty. So, it makes a giant triangle, which you can wear in a bunch of different ways. You could wear it as a sarong, like that. You could wear it around your waist as a sarong, like that. You could wear it in all the different traditional shawl methods, across your shoulders and evenly pinned in the front. You could tie it in the front. You could also tie it offset, or you could pin it offset like that. You could also turn it all the way on its side. And let's see if I did this right. You could pin it all the way on its side and then secure it here at the bottom too and make it more of like a poncho with a cold shoulder look on one side and then a full coverage on the other side. That's beautiful. If you really wanted to, you could just make it a poncho and actually seam all down the front here, or make a crochet chain and corset tie it. You know, like we did on the Lydia capelet, you could actually make a long chain and you could corset tie this down the front too. That would be so pretty. Renee hasn't worked with Be So Fine yarn before. Well, I'm sure if you ask some people here, they'll let you know how much they enjoy it. So here we have, and then like I was wearing it earlier, great way to wear this as a totally different piece is to tie it. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I'm taking the end. And you want to make sure there's a lot of lag between. You don't want to tie it tight like that. You want to make sure there's lots of lag, because that's what gives you the ability to move your arms. If you tie it too tight back there and make it snug on your back, you're really just making a straitjacket. Nobody wants a straitjacket. I don't think anybody really wants a straitjacket. So what you really want to do is have a lot of slack in that so that there's room to lift your arms and move your arms. Lydia, it is a fun shawl to make, and it's not difficult at all. It comes with written instructions, comes with lots of charts, schematic drawing, and it also has videos here on my YouTube channel, so you can find it. You can find all sorts of ways to learn the project as well. And I know lots of people here have already made it. If you join the Create, Share, Inspire Facebook group, you can see other people's finished projects there and also get support from other people who have made it. That's really fun too. Let's see. Harini, it's your first time. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you enjoy the sunrise and chatting about yarn and crochet and knitting and projects. Christine loves Be So Fine yarn. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. Me too. Alright, I should probably show you the beach today. So we've got people swimming in wetsuits this morning. I'm not sure what that's all about. The water is definitely not cold. And then we have some sunbathers already this morning, and we have walkers and runners. You can see our big beautiful fireball of a sun is coming up over the trees. And then our beach to the south. We have some walkers, we have some readers, and maybe a bird off in the distance. Bee wants to knit a shawl. Well, you can find a whole bunch of patterns on my website. I have hundreds and hundreds of patterns on my website, and I have dozens of books with knit and crochet shawls in them too. We have all sorts of resources for finding knit shawls. And I also have playlists here on YouTube where you can get a feel for it. If you look at my How to Knit playlist, you could probably find a bunch of beautiful shawls there too. But if you go to the free pattern directory on my website, you can search by knit shawl there. And then if you look at my books, you can find lots of photos of different shawl projects. I'm sure you can find something. Do I crochet? Yes, Harini, I knit and crochet. Ah, Joe, the Hibiscus Princess knit shawl. That is a good one. That's a half hexagon shawl that's worked from the top down in 2 colors with a beautiful ruffled border, and it's not very difficult to make. Excuse me. It's absolutely gorgeous to wear, and it's not difficult to make. It's very nice. Yeah, I would recommend that one too. So if you want to search for Princess Hibiscus knit shawl on my website, you can find that. Yes, Judy, bistitual. Such a silly word, but it actually makes sense. You're welcome. Hi, Christy. Thanks for joining live. Glad you could be here. All right, so we've talked about the shawl, we've talked about the magazine and the book and the yarn. We've given you an update on my gorgeous baby blanket. So let's look for a quilt now. Joanne's only made blankets. Oh, wonderful. Actually, tri-stitchable, you're right, Judy, because I do so. Actually, tri-stitchable, I think could mean that you would try anything. And yes, I would try any craft, and I actually know how to do many, 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 many crafts. Would that make me a poly-stitchable? Don't know. I guess we could go all day on talking the semantics, and I love discussing things like that. Anyway, I know how to do more crafts than I think I can count. Anyway. Ooh, this is a good one. So looking at the next page of quotes in my Create, Share, Inspire notebook, Volume 1, Issue 2. At multi, that's another good one, Jane. Multi-craftual. I like that. This is a Chinese proverb. Deal with the faults of others as gently as with your own. How big and profound is that? And you know what? I kind of could go both ways with this one, because sometimes I feel like I'm more gentle with other people's faults than with my own. And that's when I could remind myself to be more gentle to myself. But then when we're being hypercritical of others, we could also be reminded that sometimes we are more gentle with ourselves than we are with others when we're having really low patience with them, right? So I think that this quote is something that could be helpful on both sides of that problem. So let's read it again now. Deal with the faults of others as gently as with your own. Wow. And I don't care which way you need to hear that today. This is super duper important, whether you're being super critical of others or whether you're being super critical of yourself. Whichever side you're being more harsh with, try to remember to keep them both equal. And I think if we can remember to be equally gentle with others as with ourselves, we could probably solve both of those problems at the same time. So let's read it one more time. It's a Chinese proverb. Deal with the faults of others as gently as with your own. Wow, what a great way to start the day. So throughout the day, if we could just remember, no matter who we're being critical of, no matter who we're judging or who we're being negative about at all, just put in check. Am I being as gentle with them as with me? Am I being as gentle with me as with them? And if you can keep it equal, I bet we'll be nicer to ourselves the whole day, and I bet we'll be nicer to others all day too. I'm going to try that today, and if I remember, I'll let you know what my thoughts are on it tomorrow. Harini, how long have I been knitting and crocheting? Let's see, I'm going on 17 years, 18 years maybe. My son is almost 17 years old, and I taught myself to knit and crochet while I was pregnant with him. Bia is her biggest critic. Yes, I am too, and that's where that quote really means a lot to me, to remember to be as kind to myself as I am to others. But there's always those exceptions too, when you're overly critical of someone else because they've wronged you, or you're judging how they've done something, or you don't approve of how they've done something. And so I think there's always a good time to remember to be equally gentle with ourselves as with others, just in case we're skewing one side or the other. Does anybody have any questions for me? Had some good questions so far today, so keep them coming. And if I missed your question or I missed your comment, as you can see, the comments scroll really fast sometimes, and I get talking about something that I don't always see them. So if I didn't get to your question or comment, please feel welcome to leave a comment in the recorded version of this podcast, because I do have the chance and the opportunity to look at them throughout the day, and I reply to all of them as well. And if you're new especially, please feel welcome to reach out for any of your questions about my website, my products, where you can find me in social media, my charity, or anything at all. I'm happy to help if I can. Thank you, Sharon. That's so nice. Thank you very much. All right, if you enjoyed the podcast, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel for more videos, and click that bell notification button if you want to be notified every time I go live. If you check out the video description below, you'll find so many links to all the different places you can find me and the different things that we've talked about. And if you have questions, by all means, please always feel welcome to leave them for me in the comments. I reply to those all throughout the day. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise, the beautiful crashing waves and scenery, chatting with me and everyone else here. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow.